Hello everybody, welcome to Hollywood Bets Scottsville. That's Sunday racing, and Betway's Weighted to Win welcomes all of you. Hope you're having a super weekend so far, and looking forward, of course, to the Sunday night big game with a box on Sunday evening. We're all looking forward to watching that. Okay, well, just a reminder about our X World. We're there as well as on WhatsApp. Just choose where you want to be and get some of that information in case you've missed the show. Straight to the first race on the card. I want to ask Daryl if we can start with this horse from the Mike Miller stable, a horse called Abaddon for that Tristan Godden's riding. It's priced up at 16-10 favourite, and market relatively short. I mean, they're tending to side with that more than anything else at this point in time. What do you think, Daryl?
Well, it was a promising debut, Clyde. He ran on well, got within 3/4 of a length behind This Is What It Means,
Right.
who franked that form,
Yes.
came out and won again. That race was around the bend, though, and he did jump at 50-1, so I just don't know what to make of it. Excuse me, Clyde. So what do you think? Are you happy
Well,
enough
I'm happy that
anchoring
This Is
him?
What It Means won, next time. That does help. And that, I don't know, we've got to wait and see. Still wait. There are a few that haven't run from that form line, so we're not exactly sure.
What I'd say to the viewers possibly is if there is a scratching, throw in the scratching to double up with him. I didn't banker him though.
Okay,
I
what have you
included
got?
number 10. Now, I know he's well exposed, Champanel, and he's had his chances. But what is it, Mr. Brevin Plykies? Takes that 4 kilograms off his back line.
Right.
He represents that Sovereign State form line. Sovereign States also came out and won again. And I think with the experience on his side and that 4 kilograms off his back, he could possibly get away from them. In saying that, he is, at this stage of his career, very limited in ability. Interesting runner could be number 8. What is that? Lash LaRue.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen that owner-trainer combination step out of a good few nice youngsters. And he's well related. He's a full brother to Haslo Grande, who's actually, what's he, 1,800, 2,000 meter horse. But Franks does say he's looking for further, but he does have a place chance. His half sister was a sprinter though, true to life. She won most of her races up the straight. So I went all of numbers 5, 8, and 10.
And I see Caname also got a first timer there. Future Saint, number 14.
Yes.
Okay.
But there's no anti-post movement.
No, and not for. I don't know if I don't know if that was of Robinson's Lash LaRue shortened because it's 9-2 at the moment, but I don't know if it shortened earlier. But okay, let's put a buy pot up for you guys. You know where you are now. Is it first timers or not? Well, 5, 8, 10. There's the safe play by 2 and 9. Banker 1, banker 7. By 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 13. So obviously that race 5, very hard. The last race of the buy pot, race 6, the last leg, banker 1. One Smart Cookie runs in the second. It's priced up as the 15-10 favourite to win this race. There's a first timer in here, number 9 Status Quo for Mike Miller. Priced up 28-10, so I would imagine there's some support for it if it's that short already on the Friday. And number 3, Prankster, is the next one at 5-1. Any comment from Mike Miller that you're aware of? Yes.
And it's positive. Nice filly.
All right.
Now, Clyde.
That explains it.
She's obviously expected to run a forward race. I mean, there's been a bit of anti-post movement for her, support. And the comment says nice filly, so I think she's definitely one for the shortlist. See how she moves down to the start. Hopefully she's not too green in running. And if the connections are expecting a big race, let's hope she can deliver. Of the race runners, One Smart Cookie put up a decent enough debut. I mean, she did start at 20-1, but I actually heard a few whispers about her saying that she was going to run decent on debut. Clyde, second in that race was Minogue, and fourth in that race was Q the Rebel. Now, both of those fillies look ready to win. So should One Smart Cookie be able to pull this off. So with her experience, I think her and number 9 Status Quo to possibly fight it out.
So that form line could materialise that to Miss Alberg. Huh?
Which one?
The Alberg, Miss Alberg form line.
There could be
Minogue
2
and Q the
winners
Rebel and
out of there
One
this
Smart.
weekend.
Could. But it just depends how good this first timer is, huh?
Yeah. I mean, it's hard for me to say.
Tell, yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, it's a place accumulator, so let's get on before race time, which is 10 past 1. We're doing this Friday, by the way, so watching this on Sunday. Before 10 past 1, your PA 2 and 9 by Banker 1, by Banker 7, by 1, 4, 5, 8, 11 and 13. Then Banker 1, then 2, 4 and 6, and the last race on the card, the last leg of the PA, 4 and 6. It's a 60 Rand per. Welcome back to Betway's Weighted to Win. It's pick 6 time. Hopefully you guys can get on this pick 6 now. And it's a maiden class field, fillies and mares over 1,200 meters. Friday's market in terms of race number 3 had this horse top of the boards. Q the Rebel for Sean Terry at 15 to 10. We thought be the right horse in the race. Hard to beat.
I can't sit here and say hard to beat, Clyde, because there's a first timer that I've got a lot of respect for just on her breeding alone. And that is number 5, Rani of Yansi. How do you pronounce it?
Rani of Yansi, okay. 9 to 2 I see in the betting on the Friday.
I mean, this is on Friday, so watch the market closer to race time. Okay. She's extremely well related. Now, she's a half-sister to Wiccan Warrior. He's won, I think, 2 over 1,400, 1 over a mile. He actually contested the WSB Guineas behind Charles Dickens. If there's any support for her, I've got a healthy respect for her because she doesn't meet the strongest of fields over here. Now, I've taken my chances and banked at number 1, Q the Rebel. I think of the race runners, in my mind, she's the right horse. Okay. So I'm happy to run second to the first time in the pick 6.
Nothing wrong with
that. Richard rode her last time out for the first time. You know, she went very quick in the early stages. He obviously knows her better this time around in a race. She's got that experience. She's got that early toe. By now, we'll know if one smart cookie has franked that form. But even if she hasn't, Clyde, I think this is the right race of the race runners for Q the Rebel to go one better today.
Okay.
So in the pick 6, I'm happy to bank her because I think if she is going to get beaten, it will be by a first timer.
Okay. The first timer you're referring to is number 5 on the card. Keep watching the betting on Friday. That horse was 9 to 2. You'll get a better idea closer to race time, which is at 1:45. So let's have a look at what our plan is here from a pick 6 perspective. Banker 1 by Banker 7 by 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 13. By Banker 1 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. Could go your way, this pick 6. Costs 400 Rand. Next up is race number 4 that we've got for you now. It's a 1,000-meter sprint at Hollywood Bet Scottsville. It's a maiden class field. And on the Friday, if you want an idea, this horse, I don't know what price it is right now whilst you're watching this on the Sunday, but number 7, King of the Gauls, 7 to 10, hard to beat. Best bet on the card, or what?
Yeah, banker.
Pick 6
Banker in all bets, have a bet.
Jackpot.
On to race 5.
Really? Nothing else? Is that like that?
Nothing else to add.
Okay, well, that's all.
It's just based on the opposition he meets over here, Clyde. I thought that was a very promising debut.
Who?
A very promising debut by King of the Gauls.
Yes.
I don't know if you recall the market on that occasion. I mean, in the anti-poster market, he was heavily supported.
Yeah.
Came race time, he drifted out. And then the boys said, no, we're getting stuck in after the canter pass. Because if you saw him move down to the start, you'll know he's a proper racehorse.
Oh, yeah.
In saying that, Clyde, he's obviously not going to be a 1,000-meter horse in time to come.
Right.
He's going to go further. And he's probably only going to be at his best when he's gelded. But just on what he meets over here, I'd be shocked to see him getting beaten. The exacta has to be number 5, T-Time Tipple. Concerned last time out, respiratory noises. I don't know if they're going to fit the tongue tie. But I don't think his form's as strong.
Okay.
So a bank in all bets. Number 7, King of the Gauls.
All right. King of the Gauls expected to go one better than debut now. This is a jackpot race. I would imagine we're bankering this, and we are. Banker 7 by 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. By Banker 1 later on in the next of the pick 6. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we've got 2 bankers, 2 legs loaded with horses. It's an 80 Rand jackpot. it's a maiden class field, but it's quite a challenging one. And fillies and mares that run over the 1750 meters. I will refer you to our social media now so you guys know what we're doing, where we are on X, on Wait and WhatsApp as well. There's the information for you. If you'd like to be part of it, we'd love for you to have you and join the Weighted to Win family. Well, Sean Terry's got Princess Azaria here priced up at 22 to 10, but it doesn't end there. We'd imagine there are quite a few that will have to go into the play. We've looked at our exotics already. We've got horses running for us that you've already loaded, so you're not that keen on the favourite.
You know, Clyde, if you open the book, you're going to see a filly in good form, Richard Free, from a one draw.
Yeah.
Very fit. You're going to say she's the horse to beat.
Right.
But she's very, very limited, Clyde. Excuse me. I have to go back to that run behind If You Say So.
Yes.
Right? Have a look at that, Clyde. She ran 2.5 lengths behind If You Say So. Have a look at number 2. Ran 4, just on 5 lengths. So she was 2.5 lengths behind number 1. Have a look at her form. Not very inspiring.
No, not too good. So you're worried they're too close together then?
Yeah, I just think she's a limited filly. I can see her getting right, but I think at her current odds, I'm certainly going to be taking her on.
Well, her current odds is 22 to 10.
Yeah, no, far too short.
Okay.
Now, Naughty interests me over here. You know, this filly is certainly better on a turf surface. So, if you're willing to excuse her latest run on the poly track, which was a dismal one, her form prior to that on the turf isn't too bad. So, I think she could be a play over here. Number 8, Flight Display. I think in time to come, she could possibly be one of the better fillies out of this race. But she blows the start. She's always slow. If I knew that she's going to jump on terms and put herself in the race early, she'd be my clear-cut first choice.
Oh, interesting.
Number 11, Valley Girl. Now, I fancied her chances strongly. Last time Clyde, she came into the straight. I actually thought she was cruising, and she got sandwiched. If it was a 1400, and if she had a neat draw, I'd put my head down in this lineup.
Really?
But
why, you worried she won't stay? Or what?
It's a 1750, and she's got a tricky draw to overcome.
Why are you doubting her stamina?
I think her mom was an out-and-out sprinter.
Okay.
By far.
But we're not going to leave the 11 Valley Gal out.
No, she's going in.
Okay.
So we're playing to beat this favourite.
Right.
Would I be surprised to see her win? No.
Okay, yeah. No surprise to see the favourite win, but Daryl's identified there must be at least 4 or 5 that can win that he picked up in running or races. So that's good. That's why we need him to keep watching those sort of things for us. What have we got? Jackpots. Yes? No, we got a jackpot race 5. It's like this: 1, 4, 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. So Daryl's playing the upset here. Then banker 1 in the next leg. Interesting horse that at a decent price. By 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. By 3, 4, 6, 8, 10. This jackpot lands is going to cost you 400, but return, I'm sure, return much more than that. Well, we're looking at a Shrewdy here. Daryl Marie may have found us one in this running of the 6th race on the card. The market on Friday has got them as follows. 11 last one standing. Favourite 7 at 2. Number 10, Andy Kugel, second choice, priced up at around 15 to 4. 4 to 1, you can get some of that. 14, Captain Masala, the same price. 6 to 1 about a horse called Galaxy Explorer. That's the current price, Galaxy. I see they've shortened that. They've started nibbling at that already. It was 13 to... No, it was...
7-1.
7-1. It was 7-1, yeah. Well done, well done.
It's my banking all bets, Clyde. I'm taking my chances.
Yes.
I think he's going to get the run of the race. Well, I'm hoping he does from a one draw.
Right.
I like the fact that he's coming back in trip. Last time I had over the 1750. If you recall the race, he turned into the straight quite far back.
Mm-hmm.
He moved up on that outside running rail along with, who was a Billy of Tees. And he looked dangerous, Clyde. So I think the mile is going to be ideal for him. He's going to get the run of the race from a one draw. Now, we saw that that form line being franked with 99 euros.
Yeah.
I just had a look at his opposition. Now, I've got respect for number 11, last one standing. Promising debut. Then I think he found the 1200 too short. He's bred for extra. I mean, he's by twice over out of a dynasty mare. I think he's going to love the step up in trip. But I'm hoping things go pear-shaped for the other runners in the race, barring my horse. So I thought he represents the value at 6-1. I'm going to have a nibble. I'm taking my chances. I'm banking him in all my exotics. Clyde, he's not going to retire a one-time winner this horse. He's actually going to, he'll win a few in time to come. I think he's still learning about racing.
Yeah.
And the penny hasn't quite dropped yet. But on Sunday, let's hope it's the start of more to come.
Bling's never ridden this horse before, a Galaxy Explorer, has he?
No, he hasn't.
First time Kamala, eh? Okay, well, I don't think it's going to last. The 6-1 will last too long because obviously there's interest in that Galaxy Explorer. Here's confirmation of that, where Daryl Marie recommends a straight up win bet on number 1. Race 7, the penultimate now, and this event is a handicap fillies and mares at the 92 level. They're going over the mile. On Friday, we had this horse Magical Flight, top of the boards, number 6 at 15-4. The 4, Asia Pambile, is the second choice at 4-1. And number 2, Morgan Le Fay, not without a chance at 5-1. So let's go to Mr. Marie. Sean Terry got a few favourites on the day. Give this a chance.
Yeah, she's getting on with it. I mean, she's a 6-year-old mare now, Clyde, but not much separating herself and Asia Pambile last time out.
Yes.
The way the race looks to pan out is I could see Richard push forward and potentially lead from start to finish of here.
Okay.
I don't see much other pace of here, so I wouldn't be surprised to see her up front and fighting them off. I mean, she on paper is held by Asia Pambile because they meet at the same weight terms. But now she's obviously got Richard, and I think things could go away. Asia Pambile last time out, if you watch that race, I mean, she had that race in control from the jump. She never looked like losing. And that was her first run returning from a layoff. So she's going to strip fitter. I actually think she's, excuse me, Clyde, a nice sort. So I can see her going back to back. The interesting run over here for me is number 2, Morgan Le Fay. Now, she's only won, well, her last 2 wins have been on the poly track. I don't know.
Yeah.
Both over 1,400 meters, Clyde. And she's been finishing her races off. But once or twice, she has had a tendency to over-race. Let's hope, actually, all her wins have been on the poly track. Sorry.
Yes.
So she's never won on the turf track. Let's hope she settles in running because she's going to need to settle to see out the mile. But the way she's been running on in her races suggests she could be better over a mile. So I've thrown her in. I'm going numbers 2, 4, and 6 over here. But in my jackpot, you can see I went field.
Yeah.
And the pick 6.
I mean, if you don't like, if one's nervous about the top end, then it could potentially be a field race. And if you're running in jackpots and you have got the field, then you know what to shout for. We've got a double worked out from Daryl. So this race and the next. And Daryl, here's your double.
Yes, Clyde. You just said if you got the field running in the jackpot, you know what to shout for. You know, that's not always the case. So you can back.
You want scratchings and double up?
No, I'm saying if you collecting a certain amount on an outsider, you can put that money on a favorite and balance it out. You can balance the book. So you don't necessarily have to back.
We're not clever enough.
You have to shout the biggest.
That's for the shrewdies. We're not that clever. But okay, let's work out. There's your double. You happy with that?
Yes, that's why I suggested it. Clyde, numbers 2, 4, and 6 by 4 and 6.
Thank you. A handicap at the 88 level. They're going over 1,200 meters, so they race them up the straight here. And here we got Peter Muscat and Richard Fourie. They're the team at the moment, top of the boards when we did this on Friday. Neither here nor there, and they're 4-1. So it's a race that is 4-1 the field. You'd imagine you need as many as possible in this event. Daryl, unless you've got a shrewdie that you've found for us again?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of a shrewdie, my second pick, Clyde. Number 4, the Flying Fish. Now, last time out, I thought it was a fair effort. I actually expected more from him. But I just watched that race and he was never comfortable. I thought he was being run off his feet over 1,000 meters. So I'm keen to see how he goes over the 1,200. I think with 52 to shoulder, he's going to be a major player over here. He's actually run second to Moya. Yeah, what's it, Moya Liga?
Yeah.
In the past, and neither here nor there has also run second to Moya Liga. Clyde, number 6. Now he's at his best up the Scottsville Straight. Last time out, I don't know if you recall, there were 2 horses in that race who were absolutely slung in at the weights.
Yeah.
The one being Mrs. Browning, and the second being the winner, Sunblushed.
Yeah.
So I've got no doubts in my mind he ran slightly above his rating. He's now back in a handicap. He's having his peak run. So I think he will take some beating off his current rating. So 6 from 4 for me. I'd like to focus on those 2 in the last.
And yeah, Muzi's riding. Muzi, who rode neither here nor there last time, didn't he? He's on Love and Winter now. So that's quite interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, no, but Richard rides for Muskets. He's
for Peter Musket.
Yeah.
That is the first choice jockey, Richard.
And
now.
For Hollywood Bet Syndicates.
Yes,
he's the
I
first
understand
jockey.
that. But is he first choice for Peter?
Yes.
Is he? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, interesting race, this event. Darryl saying maybe the gliding fish, the flying fish, that one to go with or not. Let's have a look at the final recommendation here. We're taking exactas and we're boxing them 3, 4, 6, 8, and 10, which takes care of Betway's weighted to win for the weekend. Thanks to Ricky and Dylan and Jarash, Darryl, and all of the support team for making it happen. We look forward to seeing you again. No Racing Monday. We're back in on Tuesday. Enjoy.